Hello, this is Ken. Welcome to the Information Nation. Hey, I'm back. Got some good news for you. Obama's fiscal 2012 budget, taxes, and more taxes. This was put out by the Americans for Tax Reform. I'll have a link to their website in the description. President Obama released his budget this morning. Rather than focusing on Washington's overspending problem, the budget calls for higher taxes on families and small businesses to pay for even more government spending. Under the Obama budget, tax revenues will grow from 14.4% of GDP in 2011 to 20% of GDP by 2021. By comparison, the historical average is only 18% of GDP. Here's your tax hike lowlights. They include raising the top marginal income tax rate, at which the majority of small business profits face taxation, from 35 to 39.6%. This is a $709 billion tax hike over 10 years. Raising capital gains and dividends rate from 15 to 20%. Raising the death tax rate from 35 to 45%. And lowering the death tax exemption amount from $5 million, $10 million for couples, to $3.5 million. This is a $98 billion 10-year tax hike. Capping the value of itemized deductions at 28% tax bracket. You'll love this one. This will effectively cut tax deductions for mortgage interest, charitable contributions, property taxes, state and local income or sales taxes, out-of-pocket medical expenses, and unreimbursed employee business expenses. A new means-tested phase-out itemized deduction limits them even more. This is a $321 billion 10-year tax hike. New bank taxes totaling $33 billion over 10 years. New international corporate tax rate totaling $129 billion over 10 years. New life insurance company taxes totaling $14 billion over 10 years. Massive new tax on energy, including LIFO repeal, Superfund domestic energy, manufacturing, and many others, totaling $120 billion over 10 years. Increasing unemployment payroll taxes by $15 billion over 10 years. We've still got some more here. Taxing management capital gains and investment partnership carried interest as ordinary income. This is a tax hike of $15 billion over 10 years. Giveaway to trial lawyers, not letting companies deduct the cost of punitive damages from a lawsuit settlement. This is a tax hike of $300 million over 10 years. Increasing tax penalties, information reporting, and IRS information sharing. This is a 10-year tax hike of $20 billion. Added together, and this budget is a 10-year, ready for this? $1.5 trillion tax hike over present law. That's $1.5 trillion taking out of the economy and spent on the government instead of being used to create jobs. The tax relief in the budget is mostly just an extension of present law and also some refundable credit outlay spending on the tax code. There is virtually no new tax relief related to present law in the president's budget. I'll have the link, like I said, below in the descriptions. How's that Hope Change thing working out for you? Let's see, as I mentioned in the previous video, he's going to cut your education. He's going to freeze your grandmother to death if she's poor. For the elderly and the poor, he's cutting the heating, whatever the heck it was, the heating thing here. Let's see, Pell Grants and heating assistance. Isn't this man a sweetheart? Hey, he told you he was going to fundamentally change the United States of America. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's changing the fundamentals and leaving you with nothing but change. Where are all the people rallying around the Messiah, the chosen one? I don't see it. All I see is more and more people getting ticked off. Even the Huffington Post is ripping on this guy. He has no ideas. He's another tax and spend liberal. And he wants to control the internet, and he wants to control your lives. He's done nothing to boost job creation. You know, the government can either help with jobs or it can hurt jobs just by their tax rate. Look at what happened just in the time that they debated whether to extend the Bush tax cuts. Companies weren't hiring, and they're still not hiring. A lot of them are sitting there just watching what's going on. You think this is going to help? I talked to a man at unemployment, and I asked him, how does the government rate job creation? And he says, well, what they do is they look at the amount of jobs that are out on the internet and being published in papers, for hire. But he says, the thing is, if a company runs an ad 5 different places, let's say they put it on Monster, Career Builder, they run it in the local paper, they do a few other things. Let's say they run it in 5 different medias. The government counts that as 5 jobs. Not one job being advertised 5 times. They count that as one job. And now that one job is going to go away because companies are going to look at this. And if this passes, we can kiss our job creation goodbye. But hey, that's my opinion. Check the links below. If you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. You have a good day. We'll talk to you next time. This is Ken for the Information Nation. Bye-bye.